Hey everyone, I just want to make a quick video here about the OHL Draft, which is happening tomorrow, April 4th. And so guys might be getting anxious about it. I know I talked to a lot of guys, and there's a lot of focus on it. It's, they really want to do well, and they get worried about, where are you going to go? And so this can apply to this draft or any other draft. Or if you didn't get drafted last year or did, there's some key lessons that I think are really important to maintaining a healthy mindset about it, a healthy perspective, so that you make sure you make the most out of it no matter what happens. Because obviously some guys are going to go high and they'll be excited and like where they went in the draft. And then other guys, not getting drafted or didn't go where they wanted to and can be really devastated and tough. So 3 key lessons I want to make sure, I encourage you to write down, own, make sure you have these in your mindset, especially going into tomorrow and moving forward as well. So the first big one, as you can see there, is, the draft does not define you. Right? Whether, again, you went higher than you wanted to, or you're excited where you went, or not going at all, or later than you wanted to. It does not define who you are as a person, or as a hockey player, or as an athlete in any sport, no matter what draft or situation. Because, there's lots of players that won't do well. We've got lots of stories and podcasts have done guys that didn't get drafted into an OHL and then go on to have great NHL careers. Or guys were late draft picks and had way better careers than guys that got drafted higher than them. So the draft, as a reminder, is not predicative. It does not define who you are. What it does is how you respond. What do you do with your situation? But so we want to first make sure that you're owning that this is not like the end-all be-all. It's just a day, right? And we put a lot of emphasis on this day. You guys have been working all year, and I know it got cut short. But nonetheless, it's just a day, it's just a draft. It's one step amongst many in your career. In the long picture, nobody's going to be asking you when you're 19, oh, what happened in the OHL draft? Like, it doesn't really matter much. What matters is what you do the next day, the next month, the next year, the next season, and so forth. And so your mindset is first to make sure you own it, because if you deflate yourself and go, I'm not a good hockey player, and you give up, you might be missing out on something down the line. And vice versa, if you inflate yourself and go, oh, look, I got drafted this high, I'm the best, that will, can really derail your career. I've seen it. There's lots of great examples out there. Someone got drafted high and then didn't turn out the way they wanted because maybe their mindset wasn't, they let it define them, they started to inflate themselves, and vice versa, guys that get deflated. So make sure you know that it doesn't define you. And then that really leads into the second point, which is all about making sure you own it. And it doesn't mean then exaggerating it high or low. It's just a draft, right? Own it wherever you go or don't go. It's just a situation. There's benefits and drawbacks to all of them, right? Whether you're a top 2 pick, top 2 rounds, or later rounds, mid rounds, or not draft at all, you can make the most out of it. It's how you then respond that matters. But if you're not owning it and like in denial, or you're exaggerating, thinking it's like such a good thing, oh, I got win the second round or the first round, this is so amazing, I'm set for life. It doesn't work that way. I got drafted in the 4th round, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and then go there, and it's all just gonna work out because I got, like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Yet sometimes we think that in an exaggerated way, or we think it in the flip, it's like, oh, I didn't go where I wanted to and it doesn't work out, right? Like the Maoni that we just did a podcast with was a 12th round draft pick, and he was now KHL All-Star, right? 12th round, and then kept progressing. We got a couple other guys. There's lots of great examples. Guys undrafted, Matt Marquardt, then got drafted to the NHL, 2-3 years later, because he kept sticking with it. Nicholas Hurd, we're doing a podcast today. He's undrafted in the OHL, NHL, still playing pro hockey, having a great hockey career. And so it's how you respond. And making sure you own it is a really important thing. How you then can use your situation to move forward, which then leads me to the last big point. Make sure you keep writing the next page, the next part of your story, right? It doesn't end here. This is not the defining moment in your career. What matters is how you respond. And if you don't own it, okay, you don't let it define you, so then you just own it as part of your journey. Now you can focus on, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do the next day? Okay? And then just keep making progress and moving forward. But you get to write your story, your journey, pave your path as a person and a hockey player, as an athlete. And so those are some 3 big keys. Again, I want to make sure own it. You do well. Congratulate yourself if you get drafted and those things. but also don't exaggerate it. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world. Your career can keep going forward. There's tons and tons of examples. What matters is finding out, do you love the game? And it doesn't matter whether you get drafted or not or where you go. Focus on why you want to play, why you want to keep moving forward. Keep these 3 points in mind, and that will help you make sure you have and maintain a healthy perspective, healthy mindset, and make the most out of the situation no matter what happens in this draft. All right, if you have any questions, reach out. I'd love to chat with any of you guys. We got free 30-minute one-on-ones, kind of breakdown next week if you want what happened in your draft and your steps moving forward. As well, we have these daily group calls going on right now because of the COVID-19 situation, trying to keep you guys motivated. Now is a great time to be looking within, working on your mindset and your mental skills. So reach out if you have any questions. Please share this with any of your buddies or people that you think might benefit and maintain a healthy mindset with the draft going on. I hope you guys all stay safe and healthy out there. Thanks.